Hey everyone, it's Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life here for Stash Bash for the month of November, and I'm super excited because this month we are playing with mists, except for the fact that when I was doing this I didn't realize it was actually just mists. I thought it was mixed media, so I'm cheating a little bit and doing mixed media versus mists, but I'm using watercolors, which you could replace with mists in multiple functions here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just plain old packaging technique, and this you definitely can do with your mists. And then the second thing I'm doing is using a stencil, and the only thing I would say, this you could also do with mist. You just have to add a little bit of modeling paste and then you mix your color, and that would help give it a nice soft tone. So if you have like a bright mist that you want to use, but maybe it's just a little too bright for your project, if you used white modeling paste and mixed it with it, it'll help tone it down a little bit and give it a nice, more muted color. And I am trying to just make some different shades of green and teal here. This is going to turn into a layout about a gingerbread house. So I'm trying to do traditional colors without it being too traditional, so that's why I'm using these kind of different colors. And here is my last stencil and my last color. This is, I think, sandy something. It's it looks pink, but it also kind of, the way I did it with these mixed of teals, it kind of gave the red tone I was trying to use without it being, like I said, in your face red. And I love this. I was just playing and trying to use up some stencils and just see what I could create. And what I love about the way this turned out is, though I don't know, I was just kind of playing and just randomly placing my stencil and then using the color to, get some through. But what it ends up looking at is actually like a flower or something. Like, it's really cool. I liked it. And then I tried to do like using my piece and making like fun lines, but I just couldn't make it work, so I'm just gonna cut that out. You'll see. So that is how I take on this month's challenge. Like I said, I totally cheated because it's not mists at all, but it is mixed media and I think it counts. So I am using this photo here, and it is talking about our attempt at making our gingerbread house last year. I don't know what happened. We created it and it stood up on its own for like 5 minutes, and then it just all came tumbling down. So I don't know if we just didn't let it set, or I don't know. It was hard. Last year, Jackson was at the age where he wasn't really wanting to be still and letting things go. He just wanted to eat the candy and whatnot. So we were kind of rushing through it, and I think that probably has a lot to do with it, but it doesn't matter. It was funny and it's a fun story, and I'm going to do a full layout on it. Normally how I deal with our gingerbread houses is I did one layout about talking about how we started the tradition, and then I'm just doing a pocket page showing what each one looks like. But of course, because this was such a funny story, I had to do its own. And it also gave me an opportunity to be able to use some of my Christmas collection that I have kind of hanging out in my stash. Normally I use all of this stuff for December Daily, and I am doing December Daily this year, but I also do a few side layouts as well to go into our main albums, because I like to have the mix of documentation. I think to me it looks funny to have my albums just have all through the year and then not have anything Christmas. That's so weird to me. So I have to have Christmas layouts too. And this one in particular actually goes into, I have an album that's kind of like our traditions and things we do yearly. So our trip to the beach we take every year for Canada Day and stuff like that. And this is one of those that will go in there. So I was able to use the gingerbread house. And I'm going to trim this mixed media paper background that I did so that I can put it, have a nice little border of that beautiful green. That's a pretty teal. I love that. And I'm going to just go ahead and use that for a border, stitch around it in gray. And I liked that. It kind of gave it a nice, I don't know, grounding to it, I guess. I really love the way that turned out. And what else? do I do? And then I also add this 3x4 card so I can place my journaling, and I love the little gingerbread man on there. I was originally trying to actually do this layout. I was also trying to think of how I could do it to mix it in with something else that I have planned for December, and that doesn't happen. So you're gonna see me like count with my fingers, but just ignore that. You'll see that come December. But I do also add a doily to kind of help add a little bit of texture underneath there. And even though on the photo it does say Gingerbread House Fail 2016, I also just wanted to have a title for this layout. So I'm just going to go failed and, all the fun signs. And because, it was failed, like it did collapse, but we had fun. So was it really a failure? And then I don't know what happened, but everything cut off. So there is the final look at my layout. Be sure to go ahead and check out everyone else's take for the last episode of this year, and we will be back in January with some more stash bashing, and I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their year. Bye!